For those that don't know, my name is Harrison Cantell. I own a marketing agency called H Creative in a small little town called Saffron Walden. This is my colleague James. Please try and ignore him. As nice as he is, just ignore him because the shots will look awful if you're just staring down the lens. We help small UK-based business owners to stop seeing social media as a bloody chore. It is not a chore. However, I do understand full well what it's like to see it as a chore because I did for many, many years. We help these businesses in three ways: content, coaching, and Content Collective, which is on that QR code there, which is a community that I run. Now, today's session is slightly new for me because normally I'm used to kind of death by PowerPoint. I stand there, I speak for 30, 40 minutes. Today, I'm handing it over to you. If you don't have any questions, it's going to be really awkward because I will just stand here and wait. But it's going to be an interactive Q&A session. Does anyone have any questions off the bat? If not, to avoid the tumbleweed, I have prepared a few that I got asked last week, which I'm going to go into now. So the first one is, I don't have time to create content. Hands up if you believe you do not have time to create content. There is no right or wrong answer. Cool, a few of you. Now, for me, I used to say exactly the same thing, and for 99% of the businesses that I work with, they also say the same thing because they're running a business, whether it's cafes, whether it's print companies, carpet companies, you name it, I've helped them. And for me, the shift that I made in my business was, because I was always that guy that was like, I'm too busy, I've got no time. I now focus on documenting rather than showcasing. So what I mean by that is everything you're doing on a day-to-day basis in your business is content. Every single thing you're doing. From opening up your shop, from setting up a team meeting, away days, all of that stuff that you think maybe you take for granted because you do it all the time. So unboxing products is a classic. Oh, I do this hundreds of times a month, it's boring. From an outside perspective, it's not. So I really want you to, if you're going to take anything away from this session today, it's the idea of focusing on documenting rather than showcasing. So not, this is who I am, we're amazing, we do this, we do that. Because if you're busy, you're not going to be able to find time to create content outside of what you're doing. I want you to focus on capturing what you are already doing on a day-to-day basis. So that's really, really important. So that's something I get asked a lot and I get told a lot is that I don't have time to create content. So James and I, we're on the road a lot. We do various different shoots and talks and all sorts. And for us, if we didn't do what we're doing today by capturing the content, we wouldn't have time to create any content outside of that. And I have a little bit of a crazy life at the moment. I've got a newborn. We moved into a house last weekend. My other daughter just started primary school. It's absolute carnage. It took me about 20 minutes to find these shoes this morning in a variety of different boxes. So I do understand what it's like to be busy, but I also understand the importance of creating content. And I wouldn't be stood here today if it wasn't for content. And I'm not talking dancing on TikTok, by the way. There are so many different variations of content. That does work, by the way. But there are so many different variations of content. And I really, really want you to focus on what you're doing day to day and how you can then put that out to the world. Who here is posting consistent content at the moment? By consistent, I mean daily, 2-3 times a week? Okay, cool. Who isn't? Can I ask why?
It's that thing of
what to do,
procrastination, is it right?
Yep.
Doesn't need to be perfect, doesn't need to be perfect.
Okay. What is your business, please?
Gaming accessories.
Come on. Like that is literally, so I've just done it, weirdly, I've just done a shoot with a furniture company who have bought out a gaming desk. And they really, really wanted to speak to that exact audience, because all the stuff they've been selling for the last 20 years, sofas, chairs, tables, and then they bring out this gaming desk. So that market, not really interested in that. Maybe their kids are, but predominantly not. So I was asked the question to them, how do we get this thing out there? The first thing is putting it in the hands of the consumers.
Yes.
So have you sent stuff out to influencers and people, and how's that gone?
It's challenging. It's challenging opening the doors. It's challenging to find people that don't want thousands of pounds. It's challenging just to
get them to respond.
Get communication going. But it's something we constantly do.
Okay.
Constantly. We're opening up some incredible connections at the moment. But it's a roller coaster. Sometimes you do really well, and other times it's like no one's responding there.
Okay. So they're creating the content, and then you're sharing it on your social media, tagging them, or are they creating it all for you and tagging you? Is that kind of how it
varies? Person to person. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm more interested in you both rather than that there. So I want to know your story. Why on earth are you doing that? That's the content I want to see. So as great as the influencer stuff is, it's like someone with a fancy setup and they're using your stuff. That's amazing. I already know that your stuff's going to be good because you've made a business out of it. I would presume, my mind would tell me that it's good stuff, whatever you're doing, right?
Yep. And
you're sat here for a reason. So I would like to see the story behind the business, why both of you have stepped into this world. Were you both gamers growing up? Or did you just kind of fall into this? That's the story. Has that story been told on your social media?
To some extent, I have actually scripted 45% of that
amazing
broken stream, set of posts, but I just haven't got around to doing it yet.
I think it's that repeat. One thing we got told by someone who does some content, it's okay to repeat. Because people haven't seen it, and I think that's a bit of a scary thing. You don't think that's necessarily right.
Yeah, so rule of thumb, content, in my opinion, has a shelf life of about 24 hours. So if I post something today and you see it, you've forgotten it by tomorrow. Even if you consume my next piece of content, you would have forgotten what the last one was. So in your situation, that is exactly the same. I'm going to set you a challenge. The next post that you put out is going to be a picture of either both of you, one of you, or the whole team.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, here's what we do, why we do it, and how you can be involved. Literally a picture of you, and the caption says, well, I'm not talking about going on camera, speaking to camera, doing some crazy edits with explosions and all of this stuff. Literally a team photo with a caption, what you do, why you do it, and how people can be involved.
Okay.
Pinky promise?
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. Any other questions? Anyone struggle with content? Anyone have a business that they think can't create content? Yes. What was your name, sorry? Kate. Hello, Kate. What is your business, please, Kate?
We are a community interest company. We deliver wellbeing programs in schools and in the community.
Oh, amazing.
So to children and adults. And the issue that we have is that we are, the audience is not only the children, the parents, the stakeholders, the schools. So there's so many different channels, and it's just so overwhelming to know how to spend our time and what to post.
Totally understand. So yes, there are a lot of channels. I can't tell you how many times a week I get asked by my clients saying, should we be on TikTok? Should we be on LinkedIn? I'm like, so my response to that is, how are you getting on with Instagram? Oh, we posted once last month. That's your focus platform. You've got to master that first before you start adding, because like you said, it's so overwhelming. And it's a full-time job doing each platform on their own, let alone all of them together. So where are most of your customers, clients, whatever you call them, where are they spending most of their time? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram?
Probably, well, the thing is, I guess the parents who make the decision about the children to come, the children who want to be interested about what we're doing. So I guess, Facebook, Instagram.
Cool.
And
so I would
LinkedIn, I suppose.
Yeah, I think LinkedIn's a good one. I'd probably be focusing, I mean, without knowing everything about the business, I think by the sound of it, Facebook's going to be great. So local groups.
Yeah.
So in the community, actually, Monday just gone, I ran a session on local groups. So it's how to leverage them, because I don't know about you guys, where you live, you're probably familiar with some local Facebook groups. So it'd be like your town, it'd be like Uncensored or Residents or whatever. So I always used to see them as a load of shit, because it was basically people moaning about potholes, dog shit, cats going missing, and it was just constant, it was negative. But I also, part of me was like, well, I need to know what's going on, so I'm part of it. And then I posted in it on behalf of my business, and I generated more leads than I could have ever imagined when I woke up the next morning. Because there are people, I spoke directly to the people in the town. They trust me because I'm from the town. They trust me because they can see I'm working with their favorite coffee shop or carpet company or whatever. The trust is already there, and I think that's a huge one that you could leverage by just putting out pictures of you and the stuff. Because I get it, if you're working with kids and stuff, it's very difficult. You can't just take photos of kids and plaster it all over social media. But it's about you, again, why you do what you do, and how you have built this community. That's the most important thing. Yeah. And I'd be putting that in Facebook groups once, twice a week, minimum. You'll get a lot of attention, and the right attention from that, because you're doing something good in the local community. Is it community, like, is it locally or is it nationally what you do?
Essex based, yeah.
So then, perfect. I'll be hitting every single town. Okay. I'll create a bit of a system for it. But yeah, that would be my recommendation, and I would focus on Facebook for now.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Any other questions from anyone? Yes? Algorithms, yes. It's one of my favourite words, actually, because it doesn't really mean anything.
No, well, I post at least twice a week, if not 3 times a week.
Yep.
But coming up to an event, I will then bombard you with content every single day.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process of going full whack every single day because I'm 18 days away from an event.
Okay.
So, but I don't get the comments, or I get I suppose, the insights are not there where I think they should have been, where they were pre-COVID, where they are now is lower. So, and I spend, a lot of my customers are on Instagram and Facebook, so I post to both.
Yep.
But yet, the feedback from those posts are probably not where I want to be. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or am I doing something wrong?
I don't think you're doing something wrong. I think you're expecting an outcome from those posts that maybe isn't realistic, and I'll tell you why. You're hitting them hard for 18 days, telling them about selling, basically.
Yeah.
So with this event, there was a lot of promo.
Yeah.
How many of it was retained in my head? Not a massive amount. There are a few bits and bobs. I was always going to come, and the promo worked for me, and obviously I got invited, which is amazing. But the promo worked, but I didn't pay attention to every single post over those 18 days or email. But so you're not going to get the engagement on it. You're not going to get people going, yeah, I can't wait, love it. Like, it's very unrealistic. For people who are just going to look at it and go, right, I know what date it is, I know what time it is, I know where I'm going, I'm there. But they won't give you that validation through that post. So that's probably the first thing. So I wouldn't beat yourself up about that, because I think...
But then I don't know who's going to turn up.
Well, that's where tickets would... I'd say
well, I have ticketed as well, and there's no response in the ticketed.
Because there's 250 people that are booked on today. There's not going to be 250 people come here. It's a free event, so a lot of them are not going to turn up.
Yeah.
That's the difficulty. So I wouldn't worry too much about the engagement side of it. Going back to metrics, so likes, comments, shares, etc., the only metric that I pay any attention to is conversations. That's all I care about. I don't get viral videos. I don't get loads of likes. I don't get loads of comments. But my business is growing. So I don't look at those, I call them vanity metrics, right? Because they put you into a situation where you are constantly competing with yourself. So if I said to you, right, I'll create you a video today, it will get 1 million views. You'd be like, wow, amazing. What about the next one? You're going to go, oh, I only got 500,000. Like 500,000 people for free. That's pretty cool, right? Not if they're from Dubai and your business is based in the UK and only serves UK customers. So I think we all get too fixated on these metrics, and obviously there are people that are employed to make it as addictive as possible. If any of you have seen the social network, you know what I'm talking about. It is addictive. I sit most nights on TikTok for about an hour scrolling through a load of absolute random shit. I'm okay with it because that's just that. That's my time. The rest of the day, I don't consume, I just create. So I wouldn't pay too much attention on those vanity metrics. I want to know how many conversations I'm having from posts. So if I put a post out about my mental health, I get a lot of messages from people and have some great conversations. That's a win. It may not get loads of likes or comments. It may get comments from people going, yeah, great, cool, whatever. I'm not interested. I'm interested in the conversations I have, because the conversations then lead to clients. So that's the only metric I'd be worried about. So if you're not getting likes and comments, then I'd be getting into the DMs. I'd be speaking to people directly. Hey, don't know if you saw my post. We've got an event coming up. Here's 10% off the ticket, for example. Here's a free coffee when you arrive. Let me know if you fancy coming. But with I've run events before. It's very difficult to get the commitment from people. And people that pay less or don't pay potentially are the ones that don't turn up. That's the issue.
Okay.
But likes and comments, forget them. Not interested.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is your LinkedIn, Joe from
yes, you did. Yes.
Hello.
How are you?
All good. So I'm new to LinkedIn. I'm new to social media. I'm new to trying to do all of this.
Yes.
And I'm really trying, but there are so many schools of thought. So you say what stops you? And I think the beginning of mine was, it's a bit scary. You know, what if I do something wrong? What if, as you said, what if I put something out that then is detrimental to the business or somebody takes offence to?
Yep.
So I keep reading, obviously, my belief is that as people, we buy into people.
Correct.
But then there's other people who are saying, no, what you actually need to, your content, and I'm interested in what you were saying about content, about placement. The content needs to be something useful, something so give hints, tips, give them something for nothing, give them something for free, engage. But how do you actually, is there a way, am I missing something here, of actually going about and then making that into something? So I've said, put out how many posts, free consultation. But
Yep.
if I could just speak to people,
Yep.
we can help people. We can convert that to something. Tips, hints.
So,
what am I doing wrong?
Yes, there's a combination of both. Really good. So there's a few good points there. Firstly, hands up.
And it's a boring business. That's the other thing. Is how do you make something?
There's no such thing.
It's not a boring business. No.
Do not say that.
We don't make a point. But
trust me.
You say IT to people and they go.
No. So yeah, there's a preconceived. You're kind of on the back foot a little bit.
Yeah.
So I work a lot with people in HR, accounting, finance, etc. And they say the same thing. It's such a boring business. I'm like, yeah, but you don't make it boring. So hands up. Who has a LinkedIn profile? Put your hand down if you've had it for more than 10 years. Okay. Because for me, I was told to set up a LinkedIn profile at uni if I wanted to pass a module, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll just do it. Never touched it. Was terrified of it. Thought it was all people that wore suits and I couldn't be on there because I'm not corporate, whatever. And then I went on there, and within the space of a year, it changed my life. Now, I do less on it now because it's not where my ideal clients are right now. My ideal clients are on Instagram. For me, LinkedIn is a very powerful platform, and there are people's perception of it, I don't believe is 100% how it is anymore. So it used to be suit and tie wearing, corporate kind of, it's not like that anymore. So I think it's a great platform for you, especially in IT. The reason I love LinkedIn is because you're straight to the decision maker.
Yeah.
I can speak to MDs, chief execs straight away. I can send them a message and they'll see it and respond. How often can you do that if you go through emails or walk into a business? It's very unlikely. So for me, that's the most important thing. In terms of the value stuff, my mum said it to me about a year ago. She was like, H, you give everything away for free on Instagram. How do you make any money? Because I do give absolutely everything away for free, and I'm happy to do it. And I'd stand there for hours giving away everything. It's the implementation part that people pay for.
Yes.
So I can give you all the advice in the world right now. You may only go do one of the 5 things I tell you. You, like most people, need that accountability. It's why coaches have coaches, right? You need that accountability, that mentoring. So if I was you, I'd give everything away for free on your LinkedIn, and I'd specifically talk to the people that think IT is boring.
Okay.
And speak to those people directly. If they're your ideal clients, that will get you business. Don't go offering free consultations through that, because they don't know you enough yet to do that.
No.
Just give. I wouldn't even have a call link. Because if someone books in a call with you straight away, it's probably not the right fit for your business because they don't know anything about you.
Yeah.
So put content out that speaks to that individual, solves a problem, and also reflects you and the fact that you know people see IT as boring. As soon as you say that, I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Right.
Make sense?
Yeah, and also,
Cool.
I mean, I'm doing personal things, but as you say, in the beginning of LinkedIn, I thought, no, I can't do that. But the more I've watched, and I have sat and quietly watched for a while, that's what it seems to be.
Yeah, yeah.
So a little
100%.
bit of yourself, so that's cool.
Yeah. Be yourself and solve problems. How are we doing for time? Are we 6 minute overtime? Perfect. So we've got about 20 more minutes. No, I'm joking. Okay, can I take one more question? Anyone has any? Yes, hello.
I work a lot with local businesses.
Yep.
Who are very, very small. They don't have budget to talk to consultants about social media and their brand and things like that.
Yes.
So they try and do it themselves, but it's so scary. They just.
Yep.
Are there any free resources or anything like that you recommend where some businesses can go to and look at?
My Instagram? I genuinely do just give everything away on there. HubSpot's a really good one. I feel like they have articles for everything. It's why they're top ranking on Google. So if I have a marketing related thing, HubSpot seems to be the first one that pops up. So that would be my recommendation. They do courses and stuff as well.
Okay.
But yeah, drop me a message. I can fire you a few as well.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much. Appreciate your questions. I'm going to be floating around in here all day. If you have any other questions, let me know. If not, fire me a message on Instagram. All my details are here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.